All right, everybody, welcome back. Good afternoon. We've got more cornerbacks to sift our way through here. We've got some more good ones, got some more talented ones, but there's been a clear downtick, I think. There's been a clear cutoff point of, I'm not even going to say blue chipper because I don't know if Kool-Aid McKinstry's a true blue chipper or even a guy like Nate Wiggins is a blue chipper. So there's like a cutoff beyond that. These guys just don't bring the same excitement to the table as the guys we talked about in the first three videos. So that being said, that doesn't mean they're bad. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. That just means there's problems we have to accept. So let's start with Ennis Rakestraw Jr. of Missouri, the Tigers. 22 years old, 5'11", 183 pounds. So he's got a lack of sand in the pants. He does have 32-inch arms, 8.5-inch hands. A little bit small there, but it's a interesting body all around, right? And usually when you see a smaller corner like this, you'd expect them to crush the combine, but no. He had a below average 40, an average 10-yard split, and a below average broad. Actually, a pretty lackluster broad. So we're not off to a great start. Now, every big board except for ESPN puts him in the second round. He's right around that early second area in the aggregate as well. Pretty good production the last couple years, although last year he did drop all the way from 12 passes defense to 4, and his general play seemed to stay relatively stagnant. I don't think he made big strides forward, although he was working from a pretty good foundation. So, kind of a mixed bag of information to work through here on Rakestraw. So, make of it as you will, but the production doesn't stack up to what we saw from most of the previous guys. He's got a really nice jab to press receivers at the line of scrimmage with. He uses his arms pretty well to be able to jam at the line. He's a smooth mover and can keep up with routes and man coverage, so he's a good man cover guy. I think that he's somebody who's going to be able to hang with even really good route runners. He can find the ball in the air and make a play on it with skill. And I know he didn't show that much in 2023, but 2022, you see the ball skills. He flips his hips really smoothly. When he transitions from a backpedaler to a runner, it's clean. He diagnoses his plays quickly and accurately, and he's not afraid to stick his nose in there to make a tackle. So he does have that willingness to come up and run support, which ever important. So there's definitely stuff to like with Rakestraw. Don't get me wrong about it, but I got some questions about this guy. If you go back and read scouting reports on Rakestraw from before and during and even right after the season, a lot of places praising great athlete, great explosion, great this, great that. And then he tests like this. It's like, what the heck? What do we make of that? Is that just he had a bad day at the combine? Because these are not the numbers of a great athlete here. So I got questions about that. I don't know if he'll be able to play on the outside at this size. Most players don't. He does have long arms, but 183 pounds, I feel like that's not going to cut it. And he is at least a little bit short. He might end up being a slot-only player in the NFL for all I know. And while he is a willing tackler, he's not a great tackler. He'll dive at people's ankles and get shook because of it. So that'll hurt his ability to play in the NFL for sure. He needs to be able to clean that up fundamentally, which good coach will probably be able to do that, admittedly. But right now it is something that needs to be worked on. So I'm not really into Rakestraw personally. I'm not sure what he'll be able to do in the NFL. I'm not sure if he's going to be a slot guy. I'm not going to sure if he's going to be an outside guy. I'm not sure if his athleticism is as build. Maybe he looked like that because he was playing in college and it won't hold up in the NFL. I don't know. His man cover skills are really good. His football IQ is really good. So I think he'll find some success somewhere. But man coverage isn't really the thing I'm prioritizing right now anyway. So I wouldn't go there until the third round. And I know that seems a little bit harsh because everybody has him in the second. But I don't know. I'm not really enthused about this one personally, especially in Seattle where I know I need a zone guy and I don't know about his zone skills. It seems to me that he should be a man corner. somebody who plays press a lot because he's got the long arms. All right, we got another guy for this video, second guy for this video, Kamari Lassiter of Georgia. Kamari Lassiter, a bulldog, 21 years old, 5'11" and a half, 186. So it's another guy who, little bit light. He's a little bit light in the pants, and I do wonder if maybe he should be packing on a little bit of weight if he wants to play on the outside. 30 and 7/8 arms, 8 and 7/8 hands. He only did his change of direction at the combine, which there's a reason why. He's got really good change of direction skills. He ran a great 3-cone, pretty good 20-yard shuttle as well. Big boards pretty much all have him in the second round area. They're all really closely congregated in that second round, mid-early second. 2 years of production. It's not stellar. I mean, look at this, right? He's got 12 passes defensed and 0 interceptions over 2 years at Georgia. He's got half a sack in each year, 8.5 tackles for loss. Good tackle counts, I guess, but like, the guy's playing good. The guy's doing his job, it seems like. I'm not knocking him, but there are no interceptions here. That's kind of wild, right? You're playing this much on a defense like Georgia and you're not getting any interceptions? I don't know. Just stands out to me a little bit. So Lassiter offers versatility to play inside and outside. He can play slot reps, which always adds a little bit of value. And he's also proven himself capable of playing man and zone. So we're talking about a very flexible guy, a very versatile guy. He'll, whatever you need him to do, he can do. He can play man, he can play zone. It's all over the place for him. Really good mover in space. He looks really smooth when he's changing direction. He looks really smooth when he's chasing receivers through their routes. He looks really good when he's breaking on the ball. He's not afraid to get physical and make tackles. He does have some physicality in his game. Not afraid to stick his nose in there and try to make a play. His change of direction, like I said, is really good. And he's got a good football IQ. He reads things. He's cerebral, passes off routes in zone properly, understands how to read a play. So there's definitely positives here. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold up on the outside at 186 pounds. And that was his combine weight. That's not like his college weight. So if he's going to add weight, the time to do it would have been before the combine probably. He doesn't have great straight line speed. So receivers running vertical routes on him are going to give him trouble. If they can beat him in a foot race, then there's only so much you can do. So he doesn't have great straight line speed. He gets his eyes caught in the backfield sometimes, and that causes him to get beat. That causes him to make mistakes. That causes him to have mental miscues that he shouldn't have because he was caught backfield watching. And there are some technique hiccups on his tackling as well. There are some areas where he needs to improve. I don't think he's a bad tackler, and I think he will probably make the necessary improvements. But in the NFL, he's going to have a bigger problem cleanly taking guys down. And his ball production is, I mean, the guy's not bringing in any interceptions, right? He's made a decent number of PBUs, but where's the sizzle? I'm not seeing any sizzle here, really. So there are some issues with Lassiter. Overall, I feel like there are too many question marks. I'm not convinced of his floor because of his size and because of his low lackluster speed in a straight line. I'm not convinced of his ceiling. I don't know. I think that this could go a few different ways, but I don't think he has a very high ceiling, and I feel like the floor is a little bit low, so I couldn't really feel this one, really. So Kamari Lassiter to me is another third rounder. Again, that seems harsh given where everyone else has him, but I compare a guy like Lassiter or a guy like the previous guy we looked at, Rakestraw. I look at these two guys and I compare them to the guys in the first. It feels like a big step down to me. It just does. So let me know what you guys think of these two. Let me know if you disagree with me. Let me know if you're coming at this from a slightly different perspective. I don't know. I was unimpressed. I was a little disappointed in these two. Like I said, it's a great cornerback class, and it's not just because of these guys that people define it that way, but I don't think these guys stand up the way the big boards would paint the picture. All right, I'll see you guys later today. We're going to do some more cornerback stuff. We got one more corner video, and then tomorrow we swing into the midsection area. All right, go Hawks.